Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back on my channel. My name is Larissa and in today's video we are going to discuss the best travel itinerary for Barcelona that you could possibly find online. I know it sounds like I'm promising you a lot, but hear me out. For half a year I was working as a hotel concierge and receptionist at a 4-star hotel in Barcelona, which honestly gave me a very good insight into what Barcelona has to offer. I've tried all the best spots to eat, to visit, to see, to photograph. Literally, I've been everywhere in this city. So this is why I believe that my recommendations are very valid. And also, on top of working there for half a year, I lived for another half a year in Barcelona during the pandemic. The thing is that I've seen this city before the pandemic. During the pandemic, I moved there for half a year last June, so 1 year ago, and I lived for 6 months. And also the third time, which is, let's call it post-pandemic. I'm aware that the pandemic is not over yet, but countries are starting to reopen for tourism, so this is why I'm calling this post-pandemic. Let me just start by saying that Barcelona is one of my favorite cities in Europe. I feel like it has so much to offer, and in order to see everything, I've created a 5 days travel itinerary. I'm aware that many people don't spend 5 days there because Barcelona is a very popular place to go on a city break. However, if you could, I would definitely recommend you do extra 2 days. If not, you can also squeeze in some of the things that I'm gonna mention and still manage, if you're like very in a hurry, to see everything. This itinerary is divided in 2 videos because I cannot explain everything in one video. So we have 2 separate videos, 3 days and then the next 3 days. I know I just said 5 days because 5 days will be in Barcelona and 1 will be a beach day spent outside of the city. So many people that come to Barcelona choose this location because it also has the seaside, so you can also have a couple of beach days, but it also offers this really great city vibe. I wouldn't personally recommend Barcelona as a seaside destination. The beach there is not that great, but there are so many amazing locations, only like 20 or 30 minutes by train outside the city. So this is why the 6th day of this itinerary is going to be a beach day spent in Sitges, which is like 35 kilometers outside Barcelona. Alright, I've talked for too long, so let's just get into it. First day is going to be exploring the Gothic Neighborhood. So, starting with Park Güell, for which I would recommend you to book the tickets in advance. The price is 10 euros. You would spend approximately 2 hours in the park. And then you can take a public transportation to Casa Vicens, which is basically at the top of Paseo de Gracia, which is the most popular street in Barcelona that showcases the houses designed by Gaudi. So walking down this street, you reach Casa Punches. All these houses can be visited inside. The prices range between like 10 and 30 euros depending on the house. If you have the time, for sure, visit all of them. If not, there is one that I would definitely recommend you to visit. But first, after Casa Vicens, Casa Punches, you reach Casa Mia. Here, what I would recommend is for you to stop and have a quick lunch, some tapas lunch. It is a place called La Bodegueta. This is a really popular and really good tapas place. It is situated right on the main street. It is approximately 3 minutes walk from Casa Mia. From there, I would suggest you walk to Casa Batllio, which in my opinion is the most beautiful out of all of them. That's the one I would recommend you to also visit on the inside, but be aware, most of the times there is a queue, so I would again recommend you to book the tickets online in advance so you can choose your desired time slot. Something that is new that wasn't there before when I visited this house, they added a 10D experience, so I guess it's just even more beautiful now than it was before. Alright, and to end this day for dinner, still in this neighborhood which is called Exemple, I would recommend you to eat the best sushi that you've ever tried. I know this sounds crazy, trust me, wait for it. I also have Spanish restaurants later on, but this sushi place for me was one of the best restaurants I've ever eaten at. Honestly, so delicious. If you're a fan of sushi, it's called Robata. Definitely book in advance. To be fair, almost for all restaurants in Barcelona, especially for dinner time, you should book them in advance because they're just very busy. If sushi is not your thing but you still want to eat in a really good restaurant, I have this option which is called Restaurant Feroz. Again, one of my favorite restaurants that I've ever been to, like ever, not in Barcelona but ever in my life. I ate the beef tenderloin here with foie gras and potato parmentier and port sauce. I don't know if I pronounced all these words right, but trust me guys, that dish was really delicious. It is a bit on the pricier side. Both of these restaurants, for a meal for one person, you would probably end up spending like 35 euros. But for one night, it's definitely worth it. For day number 2, what I would recommend is to explore the Gothic neighborhood, El Gótico, starting on La Rambla actually at Mercado de la Boqueria, which is the Boqueria market, the famous market that honestly, from the outside, even if you're not planning on buying anything, it looks really good, but they also have really fresh fruit and jamon or cheese. You can also stop for a coffee, café con leche. It's honestly really cool place. Small tip, if you want to purchase more things, do not stop at the first tables as you enter the market. Go further, so in the back of the market you would find better prices. Next up, I would recommend you to go to the Picasso Museum if you're a fan of museums. Book your ticket in advance again. If not, then go to Catedral Santa Maria del Mar. I'm a very big fan of cathedrals when I travel, especially in very historic places of Europe. I believe that when you see the cathedral, you really can understand the architecture and the type of city it was and the type of people that lived there, especially if you also get a guided tour. For this cathedral, Santa Maria del Mar, you can actually do that, and it includes a guided tour in English throughout the church, and it will also take you to the rooftop, and from there you really get an awesome look over the entire neighborhood, the Gothic neighborhood. If you want to book it online, it's like 8-9 euros. You can also buy the ticket from there, maybe 1 or 2 euros more expensive. Next up, I would recommend you to go to Catedral Santa Maria del Pi. These two cathedrals are kind of like sister cathedrals, both very beautiful. If I were to choose, I would choose Santa Maria del Mar, but this one is also really pretty. If you go and visit one of them on the inside, you don't have to visit the other one, just walk around it. It's anyways situated right in the heart of the Gothic neighborhood, so you get to enjoy and explore all the streets and all the small terraces where I would suggest you to stop for lunch. You can choose whatever you want, honestly. All of them have the menus outside, so you can just pick one that you like and have lunch there. Next up, we have another cathedral. I know if you're not a fan of cathedrals, I'm sorry, but this one is honestly breathtaking. This is the Cathedral of Barcelona. After Sagrada Familia, this is the most famous cathedral in the city of Barcelona. Definitely visit it on the inside because there is a really cool small terrace on the inside, like a patio, and the vibe is really great. It closes at 5, so be aware, go after lunch so you can still find it open. And the price is approximately 10 euros. Just next to the cathedral, we have this El Pont del Bisbe, which is the famous Gothic bridge of the Gothic neighborhood in Barcelona. And many people take really cool pictures here. and most of the times there are also live artists performing, so the entire ambience of this small place is really, really nice. So after you are done walking around the neighborhood, maybe go explore La Rambla a bit as well. It's dinner time, and this is my favorite time of the day. And here I have a really nice recommendation for you guys in terms of restaurants. It is called El Circle. Look at this video. This is the terrace. So definitely book this restaurant in advance so you get a table on the terrace, because it is just mesmerizing with all those pretty lights during the evening. You're in the heart of the Gothic neighborhood. It's like it's taking you back a few centuries. It's honestly the best. The food is amazing, and the price is approximately, for one person, I would say, main course plus a drink, like 25 euros, something like that. Next up we have day number 3, which is starting at Hospital de San Pau. This is one of my favorite places to visit in the city. It is very underrated. This used to be a hospital built in like 1920. Now it only serves as a museum. It doesn't actually have patients anymore. But this entire place, the architecture is just stunning. Look, if you look inside of these small rooms, you get to see, can you like realize that this used to be a hospital? People would come here and get treatment for their diseases, and this is actually the entire idea behind this architecture, that people who live in a place that looks really good would immediately also feel better. This was the idea behind it, and this place is just stunning. Approximately 10 euros to entry there. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, so definitely put it on your list. Keep in mind that it is closed on Mondays. Next up, from here you would get to walk to the famous Sagrada Familia. The walk from this museum to Sagrada is like 10 minutes. There are so many cafes, so if you want you can just stop for a coffee. You would have a view, a nice view overlooking Sagrada Familia. But if not, just go to the church, visit it on the inside. Like, you have to visit it on the inside. It is just breathtaking. Take your pictures, and then I've just discovered this awesome terrace, and from here you really, I think, you get the best view over the cathedral. This restaurant has a terrace that you can book for lunch, for example. You can go for a coffee, a drink, or some tapas, and this is the view that you get. I know it is something special. From Sagrada Familia, you would have to take a bus to Arc de Triomphe. This is another amazing place that I love in Barcelona, because from Arc de Triomphe you get to go to Parc de la Ciutadella, which is one of the most beautiful parks that I've ever seen, like city parks. I would recommend to buy some groceries, buy a nice bottle of cava, and have some picnic lunch inside the park. There's also a small lake where you can rent a boat, and from here what I would say is to walk down to the beach. It is approximately 20-25 minutes, but do the walk. It's a really nice walk. So when you get to the beach, here you are. This is Barceloneta. For dinner, there is this small place on the beach. It is called Bocap Chiringuito Barceloneta. It is a Mexican niche restaurant. You can also find some tapas dishes, but try the taco. It is really delicious. I had taco, I had pita con tzatziki, all of them really good. Price approximately per person with a drink, I would say 15 to 20 euros. Alright guys, this ends the first part of our video. These are the first 3 days, and the next 3, so 2 in Barcelona and 1 in Sitges, are going on a separate video. It should be up in the next like 3 to 4 days. Alright, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you subscribe to my channel, like this video so others would find out about it as well. And if you have any questions about Barcelona, feel free to text me on Instagram. I can also recommend you some more restaurants if you want something different. And yeah, maybe just to chat about your future trip. Anyways, thank you again, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye!